And hello, we are here with another Lessons with Larry, episode 53. And this is the power of manifestation. Why so many doubt? With host James Mayfield, Money Mike, and Gladys Knight, Stephanie Winfrey, Oprah Winfrey's cousin. Here we go.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing?
All right.
Everybody feel good to be here,
Absolutely.
to be back on this beautiful Monday. We talking about the power of manifestation today,
Yeah.
and why so many people underestimate or doubt it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, have any of my esteemed guests had had actually manifested something in their life?
Absolutely. I have.
Okay, well, we're gonna start with ladies first.
Ooh.
Stephanie.
My whole
You got
life is based off of that because of my energy. I think you have to have the right energy and knowing what you want in life to manifest for you. And since I was a teenager, like I told them before, the show started. I manifested going to college, getting married, having a baby, and doing everything in order. That was what I wanted, and I kept putting it in the universe. And I think if you want to manifest something, you have to speak on it and believe it and have that energy for it. And I think it'll happen. And it happened for me. And that's just one of the things. But I think if you manifesting in a negative energy and not having the complete faith, I just don't think it'll I don't it's not gonna happen. Something opposite might happen, or you want it so bad. You can want something so bad and you can manifest it, but you're not meant off of the right energy.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I hear,
because you're really not believing it, even though it's right there.
So I mean, it sounds like what you're describing is like basically it's in the mind.
It's
It's where you program the mind. When
yeah,
if your mind's sitting and focused and telling you that I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make this happen, and you put it out there, then it comes.
right.
And me personally, I try not to even think about negative things.
But
I really rebuke them because the mind to me is just like a computer, and
mhm,
it can catch some spam,
right.
and
But
trash, that you
sometimes
have to delete it, and that's quick with me. I'm on the delete button quick. But as far as manifesting things, it's in that mind. It's in believing and achieving.
mhm.
That's what I believe.
But like sometimes we can manifest. Say, for instance, I got a whole bunch of money in the bank. All of a sudden, I didn't just got somebody that took my money. I'm just saying. But see, in mind and manifested all of this, that what I'm gonna do with this money, and I didn't manifested me getting this house and this that. But like you say, you don't have the energy for the negative. But sometimes that's a part of life. Things is gonna happen. But how do you keep that positive energy when negative things happen for you?
Like I just told you, it's that frame of mind. It's how you have that mind condition. Of course, I'm not saying one time negative things. It exists all day, every day.
All day.
But I do not let it be a part of my world. I do not let it be a part of my world. I stay focused and keep my eye on what it is
Even when
that I'm
bad
putting out
things
there. When bad things come,
happen.
because one of the things I was always told that made sense. Why worry about what you have no control of? Focus on the things that you do have control
That's
of.
true.
And I operate off of that.
I just
And I'm
know
gonna tell you something that you
some
left.
people get lost like
Right,
that.
but I'm gonna tell you something you left out.
Oh Lord.
Before you're saying, but before we ever encountered out of the mud, we used to sit
We
years
did it.
ago and say, you know what,
Me and
we
you.
want to be able to get on a podcast
Me and him
and,
manifest
and
this.
help and help
We
and talk
used
to
to say
people and
this
try
all
to
the
reach people
time.
years before this.
Yep.
And then with the blessings of out of the mud,
The
here we
blessings
go.
of a friend.
It's out of the mud.
Yep.
The whole connection of
Because
out
me
of
and
the
him,
mud
we talked
was
about this
here
years
and gave
ago.
us this opportunity that I hear and there I always try to say I'm thankful for.
And as a matter of fact, before we even started this, I think it might have been like a month or a couple of weeks. We was just talking about getting equipment to do it ourselves. And he called me, he said, 70, I got a phone call. I was like, what? He could do our part. Because me and him, we debate. We go back and forth. We mess with each other's, mind on different
because
subjects.
it's something that Mr. Mayfield was touching bases on about, he has a good spirit on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he has the ability to sit and take people that's already good and just enhance and bring out
Absolutely.
everything of it, which makes them just blossom with it.
Yeah.
And the thing where me and you always come into play at is that I know what's there and in your heart. And sometimes I have to rub you a certain way to get it out. And you do the same with me.
And that
You know
and when we say that, he'll piss me off. And just to get out what needs to get out in conversation, like be 100.
Right,
sometimes we be at the surface and we don't want to be real.
Yeah, don't come out. So I
how
create
can
a
we
situation
manifest
and
something
then
when
she'll
you can't
pop
be
out
real?
and say it mad. Well, such and such. I said, okay, no,
there it is.
I said, now we done got somewhere. There you go. That's it right there.
So on the positive aspect, I like to add, I like what you said, Stephanie, when you said that sometimes when we're trying to manifest stuff, it's just sometimes it don't happen, or you manifest or you get the wrong energy. And I kind of like what you said. I want to highlight that, because to manifest, you got to put yourself in a position also. Just like prayer, you're asking God for something. You can manifest whatever you want to, but if you're not doing the things that you need to do to set that trajectory,
absolutely,
it's never going to happen.
Never.
And that's what makes it real powerful, because it's like, I believe I can do this. So let's say, for instance, I want to get a brand new Jaguar. Okay, for me to do that, first of all, I know that I got to have some decent credit to be able to do that. So if my credit ain't good, I need to start doing what I need to do to build my credit to be able to do that. I can't just sit there and say I want to manifest a Jaguar. I really want a Jaguar, and then the next thing you know, I'm about to be driving a Jaguar. Mm-hmm. You got to put in the work. Also, there's a lot of work behind the scenes people don't see in manifestation.
Oh my goodness! And it's not. It's the work, and also it's the mindset.
Yeah.
Your mindset have to be there, because you know what? Sometimes it'll just come to you without a lot of work. I've had things just fall right into my lap. Like, how did that happen? And it just happened because of my thinking and my mindset. And then I'm thinking I gotta put in the work. And really, I didn't even have to. I bought a big, huge house. If I told y'all some stuff, you wouldn't even believe it. I didn't have no down payment, no good credit, none of that. And I went and purchased a home by myself and closed in 2 weeks. I manifest that. And people that know me know this is true. And I've done that 2 times.
But you know how Cat Williams said Cedric the Turner stole his joke about the spaceship? And I want to accuse her of just stealing my mind. I just sit on him.
Oh, Lord.
You go ahead.
Oh, what?
You go ahead.
Did you do that? You did that.
No, you go ahead. I ain't stole nothing.
A lot of times when back on the manifestation side, a lot of times when you have somebody, like, say for instance, somebody that played the lottery a lot.
There you go.
Now,
good example.
They want to manifest their number to come out, however, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in their mind, they saying, okay, if I hit this number, what's the first thing I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. People gonna find out. Everybody gonna be wanting. Everybody gonna be calling me, trying to get some money because they know my number that came out. This, that, and the third. So in reality, you'll come up with more reasons why not to hit your number than to see your number come out.
Now, I have manifested my address to come out for years, and it just have not come out. Now I'm trying to figure out why is that number not coming out. It's dancing all around, but I can see it, and it's just dancing all around it. But you know what? Then I said it ain't ready. God says that I'm not ready for it yet. So when you manifesting, it can come, but not when you want it to. But when God feel like to, when you ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you have to prepare for everything. Anything you ask the Creator for, you got to prepare yourself to receive it.
Yeah,
I just want, how they say it sound cliches, but a lot of times they say. Oftentimes they say.
But I want to make sure I'm understanding what you just said. Just for clarity. Yeah. So you saying God is holding the number back from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said God into the numbers.
So now God
he said I ain't ready.
I didn't know that.
I'm not ready to be that millionaire yet because I'm talking about millionaire status.
But go ahead.
But I'm talking about, he said, no, ma'am, you is not ready because you be gave all your money away.
So manifestation, it gets deep on all type of levels.
It does.
We all know that. And my understanding of how I learned it and how I operated in it is that universe, God,
yep,
the universe, and me as a person, environment, everything is all one. It's all one. And once you understand that, then the universe will get out of the way and you will get things, or things will happen. And it'll be to the point to where I do it so much I expect it. It don't be like, wow, it don't even wow me no more. I expect it. Actually, I might get a little upset if it don't happen when I said it was going to happen, because I've been operating like that for some years.
And it's been working, hasn't it?
It's been working.
Let me ask you.
So
I didn't actually sit there a couple of times, like on some stuff, like actually thought about a person.
Me too.
And actually saw them within 20, 30 minutes. I ain't saw in years. I done did stuff like that. It'd be like, dang, that's crazy.
So
how that just happened.
Would it be safe to say that you have a gift?
Yeah, because it's a gift in believing in yourself. Okay. And believing that it's going to happen. You got to believe in yourself first to get that mental. Believe that you got to be able to think like that. You got to believe in yourself, and then you got to believe in everything.
The other flip side, if you can't see yourself with something, you ain't gonna never get it. No. You'll never receive it.
Now that's deep. Say that again.
If you can't see yourself with something, you will never receive it. You'll never get it.
You know, this is a true story, man, that you said this. And he will come and tell you. I got a friend named Bacon. Bacon used to ride in the car with me. And all he would sit over and say to me, and it used to irritate me, is, man, you this, you that. Man, you that. I said, stop right there, man. I said, let me get this straight with you. I ain't no different or better than you are. I said, the only difference between me and you is the choices we making. When that guy started making different choices for himself, he's on the same playing field. Mm-hmm. And I always had to tell him that. So that's what we'll choose. If you don't see yourself in a certain place, you're definitely not going to get there. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. The train, the plane, a boat will not be picking you up.
So so this is very interesting. They have something in your brain. Mm-hmm. People can look it up. It's called the reticular activative system in your brain, where you could tell yourself and tell your brain something that's not actually true, but your brain will register that's true, and you can operate in that. Yeah.
I know
it's real serious. Yeah. It's real serious.
I think that's a mental illness. The reticulator, whatever you say.
You believe that's a mental illness?
I think it can be, and let me explain myself. I think that can be a form of mental illness, depending on how you operate in it.
Okay. Yeah, it probably can.
Because now you didn't believe so much negative stuff, so that what we're talking about could never happen, because now you didn't believe that something. You're not even believing in yourself because of how you really feeling about yourself.
So you don't like what Dick Gregory said. You put it out there now. It's all of the million. The universe is make sure it's gonna happen because you even thought it or put it out there.
I think but it still reverts back to your mental state on where you are.
Because we got what's called psychology, psychic, your psychic and where you at. And the bottom line, if you sitting there psychologically convincing yourself of something, then you're going to operate out of that area.
Even if it's not true.
Yeah, you're going to operate out of it.
A lot of people stay depressed behind that. I know, and I'm saying even in relationships, I can say that if a person say you're doing this and you're doing that, and you can say, no, I'm not. But in that person's mind, they can say it so much until they're actually believing what they're saying, and what they're saying is probably not even true.
So what are you describing? What type of person are you describing?
I'm just saying, it
sound like a narcissist. Do that. Like you're describing a narcissist.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because now you're believing something that's not true, but you think it's so much in your mind to now you have manifested that into your mind. So now you're going with destruction now. So everything now, instead of manifesting, you're going into a level of destruction, because now you're in that belief of of something that's not true that you have manifested.
So I got a question. This is and it's great for me to ask you this.
Okay.
Well, ask all of y'all. This is y'all, all of
Yeah.
y'all. Okay, so how is it like? Why do people that's older
And I'm
than
older.
older than younger people, and they've been through a lot of things, had trials and tribulations, but they had to try it first
That's
to
me.
even figure it out?
Hmm.
Why is it most of the time when I talk to me myself, I ain't gonna say everybody else, to someone that's much older than me or older than me, it could be 5 years, just older than me,
Okay.
and with an idea or a plan or idea, but then they want to tell you every reason why it won't work. Why do you think people do that?
Because you have to look back in their life,
Okay.
That's what they basing it off of.
their life.
To say that is because they done sit and attempted and tried so many
I
times,
hear it right.
repetitions of it, that they say it can't be done. And it's back to what you said about, that space. Once they done put it in that space, so now when you bring it up, all they set on is what they done trained they thought to, is it can't be done.
And they didn't train themselves in that thought process so much till it couldn't be done. It never was done for them.
For them, it was never achieved.
So now for you to bring it up to an older person that's been through there, and it's never didn't happen because of where they was in their life, and they never manifested in a positive energy to the universe.
So
it
it's
never
anti-manifestation.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
So, but it's a spirit on a lot of older people of
Louise-
anti-manifestation.
Yes.
check it out. But check it out. I think in that case, I think that they, like you said, they probably couldn't see themselves doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, oftentimes, we have people who will put their own limitations, whatever it is limiting them,
On
they
others.
put it on others and think, like if they can't do it, they figure you can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like if you say, if I can't jump from here to the door, I'm gonna tell you you can't do it. But that's not necessarily the truth.
Yeah.
But and let me just say this as well. First off, never on this show do I sit when I discuss a situation is to belittle or be trying to talk about nobody. But we do have some truths out here. When you get into saying older people, older people came through a different channel
Different
than
era.
we
And
did.
era.
That's what I meant when I say that, a
Yep.
different era. And they were restricted to certain things that was you can't talk up to this person like that.
And
you can't do that
values.
like that. In Living Color even made a skit about it. My man was like a bum or something, and he came and escaped from somewhere, and he heard the black guy talking to the white guy like that. Like, you can't talk to boss like that. You can't,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of things that they've been through that set them to where fear was put on them, torture was put on them. When I watch, it's like, with the Michael Vick thing, I don't want to get it. You sends him about the dog. But like I say, I don't witness where the film that you put dogs on human beings.
Yeah.
So, it's things they was tortured and put into that put them in that box of thinking.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they stay stuck there. And just like with myself, there was things I used to look at, but then I had to get out of that and say, hey, times has changed, different. So I can't look to handle my daughter this way and certain things, the way we once handled kids from back in the day.
Yeah.
So, I try to give them that, not to knock them, but at different stages of life, people went through different things.
So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Now check this out. Now how the way that you're explaining it, how can a person really learn if they don't fail? That person at whatever age or what they was going through had to attempt the thing that you talking about, or saw somebody attempt it, or have they understand on how it was an attempt, and they had to fall. You have to fail. You don't have to, but it's okay to fail,
right,
to bump your own head to figure it out. Right. So even though I feel like older people older than me be like, well, I don't want to see you deal with it. I didn't saw it and this happened, but for them to even have that experience and know about it, somebody had to fail. Right. So what's wrong with you failing to learn it?
That's right. But see, one of the most important things I learned from at the time before I was old is now I'm OG, but before I was an OG, OG told me, you know what I'm saying, one of the most precious and wisest things you can do is learn the ability to learn from another person's mistakes so you don't have to make it, you know. And so, you can develop that psychic as well, because there's another word where you see, and there's people, you have profilers, you have one that can see and psychoanalyze you,
Mhm.
and you can see take things and say, like us. Now we can sit and look at something and say, hey, you don't want to do that. That's just going to take you right down to here where you don't want to be. We know this.
And they gonna
We
do it.
know that's the street. We know that's the street. We know at the speed you driving that's exactly what you getting ready to run into. So, like you said when we opened up this it's a variety of different things, sides to this topic. You know.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, you said something, and you got to talking, kind of threw me off, but it was
Well, I apologize.
that's okay. But it was really good. Oh, when you was talking about the older guy, um, back then, I feel like they were a lot of people back in that era. I don't know if they were really operating off of metaphysication. I don't know if
Nah,
they was.
probably.
I don't.
They were,
You think?
yeah. You got because look,
Okay,
even look
so
back with
You can
Jack
yo, you
Jack
go back.
Johnson,
You go back. You
I
can go back. You can go back.
Marcus Garvey.
Hold on.
You know,
No,
we
no, I'm
got
saying
okay. Well, let's
you
pull
can
it
go. You
out.
can go back so far, and then you will see, like for instance, people were saying, man, they was praying for a better generation. The generation that's gonna come, that's gonna help our
But
people.
that's praying.
No, but I mean, but that's prayer is a form of
Yeah, but
manifestation now.
it's deeper
Because
than
you
that,
asking for
though.
something that you don't even receive yet, but you expecting to get it. You
Mm,
speaking it.
yeah, but I think that's two different things, though.
Oh,
Right.
I mean, you can prayer with
when I
prayer.
pray,
You're
and
manifesting.
ain't no question.
Yeah,
If
but
it's just to see tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Not far as material possessions, but if I pray to see tomorrow,
it's
I
a
pray
reason
to
why we
thank him
got
for the
prayer and
day.
Right.
manifestation. It's
Yeah.
just two different
You know what I'm
things,
saying?
though.
Yeah, but if you want to really get something deep that we all done overlooked, but I went back and back again on it.
Hmm.
But go back and check this out, and then we'll talk about it another time. Go back and listen to Prince's 1999. Listen to that song. I need you to listen to at least 3 times and come back and tell me about it. If this man he spoke it for 1999, but it really is up here to where we are now. See, instead of 1999, it's really 2025 because everything in that song is right here today.
Well,
Hmm.
everybody
And,
can't operate in, I would say, manifestation, because if it would, everything would be peachy for everybody.
oh,
But everybody's mind is
Everybody
not wired up to do
to
I
that.
mean,
do
but
it.
then even when you asking for something to manifest, it still takes time, and everybody don't have patience these days.
There
Yeah.
you
We not
Oh, it
go.
living.
takes
We
time.
not living
They
in a
expect to
time
happen
for
right
people.
then.
Ain't no question.
Yeah.
We live in a microwave time. We don't live in a time to where
right,
people
The
ask for
oven.
something and then expect
right.
for and say, okay, I'll accept it when it comes.
You
You
got
know what I
people
mean?
that
But
don't.
but in the meanwhile, hold up. I'll accept it when it comes. But in the meanwhile, I'm working towards it on my own.
That's a
Yeah.
frame of mind.
That's the
That's
See
thing.
what I'm
it right
See,
saying?
there.
that's that frame of mind.
That's what put it all together. That's like the secret sauce in
Right,
manifestation.
Yep, there
Flat
you
out.
go.
right.
That's the secret
Because what
sauce.
they say the Bible say faith
That's the
with
secret.
no what is faith with no works is dead.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And a lot of people
That's
don't
right.
want to put the work in.
That's
Ain't no
right.
question. So that's
Yeah.
why you have a lot of people can't manifest nothing.
So it's
Or
back to
or
what
their
you
prayers
said.
don't get answered.
Your
Right,
prayers
right,
don't get
Because they
right,
answered.
didn't.
right.
Yeah.
You got to put in work too. You're not going. You it's just like saying, I want to mansion the Rolls Royce, but I'm sitting over here. I ain't doing nothing.
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 Not nothing.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
So I mean, is this really gonna manifest itself?
It's
Have y'all
levels.
ever had someone to tell you that this wasn't going to happen for you and you wasn't going to
The world
Be
is
Yeah.
full
nothing.
of
be
naysayers.
nothing?
I mean,
Yeah, the
And
world is
this,
they
full
ain't
of
got the final
naysayers.
say though.
but
Yeah.
I had that happen to me, and I don't know if I was working off of manifestation or determination, because I was determined to prove this person
wrong,
wrong.
right? And it made you manifest it in your
But
life.
guess what?
Yeah.
You know what you,
You
did.
put the
I
work
think
You
it
know
was
what you
right.
did.
it was some of
You
both.
learned how to take a negative and turn it into
To
a
a
positive.
positive.
You let that negativity be fuel to your fire and desire. You understand to what
And I
you
think
want
a
to
lot
achieve.
But
more
a lot of
people
people let if they
the
speak negative,
it
it'll
tear
win.
down.
It'll win because
It tear them down.
they're not gonna use that as motivation.
You
They
got
will
to
use
use it
that
as
as
motivation.
that he probably right
Yeah.
and don't do nothing
Or be
when
so
But
mad
you gotta. That's why you gotta be in tune
and can't
with
take
that mind of yours.
right.
and
It
cannot
starts
learn
there.
to forgive what a person say or do and just move on and do what you know that you want in life and go for it. It'll happen. But if you, I know so many people that work off of that, and that's why today they wonder why they haven't, everything is happening in baby steps instead of strides.
So some people like to say it's spells, like you speak it into it, you speak a spell out, you speak it
Yeah.
into existence. And I guess what they said at the beginning it was the word.
Yeah.
So it's all
All on the word.
And I like what Larry said before we got on post
Yeah.
podcast. He said, I watch what I let roll out of my mouth. And me and you both said we working on
We're
that.
working on
We
that.
working on that. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
know I am because I say what's on my mind because I feel like I'm a real honest person.
But check this out. Even if you say what's on your mind, how often do your mind change?
My mind don't change too much. I'm stuck where I'm at. If I feel like I feel like right is right for me. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and I work out of love.
But
I don't care.
Be wrong when you think you're right.
Yeah,
and you still
and
have
I'm
to have
okay
the
with
ability
that.
to change that immediately.
And I'm okay with that. You know? But I can also change and still work off of what I still believe. So you
can change, then you're not stuck. Okay.
Yeah, I can change. Cool, if I feel like okay, somebody can talk to me and convince me, okay, well you did, okay, then I'm wrong. Then I can accept that. But I still operate on wrong is wrong and right is right. And you have to convince me of going to rob a bank is right, and I know it's wrong. Right?
She's speaking only for herself on that type of stuff.
Right. Let the record reflect. We don't.
I'm just saying.
Think like that.
I'm just saying. But I'm just
Second
saying.
National get robbed.
Don't call me because I'm still broke. If you don't see me in that Bentley that I manifested, it didn't come from the Bentley. Didn't come from the bank because I'm manifesting that Bentley.
Grace Mayfield was somewhere being great.
I'm manifesting that.
But let me ask you all this question.
Yeah. Okay.
All this question. When we speak of this manifesting things and putting it out in the air and making it happen, how many times have you spoke it out to say you want this to happen and recognize that the direction was not, you wasn't getting nowhere, no type of grounds, and then you took a step back and said, you know what? I know I'm over here doing this what ain't right. Let me correct that. And when it corrected some ways and wrongs that you was living, and then went back at it again, then it came to pass.
Yeah. I also went back in corrections and nothing has changed. I mean, I know this for me as a better person, but I'm working on that.
I want personal freedom in whatever I do.
Yeah.
And I want I hate to say it, the easiest route to get there. I'm gonna still work, but I like to find the easiest route. And if it's a lot of resistance, I'm the king of pivoting. Because I feel like this, to me, how I operate in life and the things I've been able to accomplish, and I've been able to accomplish a lot of things for my age right now, is that I feel like with tunnel vision sometimes, let's put it on a spiritual level, sometimes you can't really hear what God really wants you to do because you're so focused. But sometimes you might have to listen. You might have to go through door number 2. You wanted to go there, but you might have to go here. But you got to always put your best foot forward through whatever door and whatever you feel like that's your calling and your relationship with the Lord say what you need to do. That's how people find themselves with degrees like me, but ain't using it for none of that. I mean, ain't actually in a job or a profession where my degree say I can be at, but I'm doing other things. But then a lot of that comes from me coming from the streets too, converting my life.
You operate off of change. A lot of people don't like change. In order for you to pivot the way that you do,
Yeah.
you okay with change.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to
You got to be
want
okay
to
with
change
change.
and can embrace
When
change.
you say don't like, it ain't that they don't like.
Be
I
uncomfortable.
believe they scared.
Yeah.
It
We
could
creatures
be.
of comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
nobody like to be uncomfortable.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of
And
people
that's why
scared,
we
though.
stay where we
Because
are.
I tell you, Larry, the Mike, leaving the streets, being able to do what you want to do, to getting in the situation of doing what you can, and then being in the situation you can't do nothing, it's something really to deal with. It's really a mental situation, and y'all can relate far as
Yeah.
whatever could have been
Yeah.
happening, and then being locked up and it's
Yeah.
it take a strong person to be able to come
But-
back from that and
That's
want to
right,
change
right.
and do something different.
Right. Right.
I
Because
couldn't even imagine.
But
being
guess
in
why
that
you end up
situation.
ahead of the
Man,
pack? Guess why you end up
you
ahead
got to
of the
be
pack?
strong.
Once you got the street in you and recognized and experienced it, and then you come over and educate yourself to the other side of the fence,
Mhm.
it make you that much more
versatile.
successful in what you're
I'm
doing
gonna let y'all in on a
because you
secret.
got different.
I was
got
able
2
to
degrees.
use some of the 3, but
well, my 2 degrees is
Use some of the streets.
oh, I thought you were talking about
Right.
degrees.
From the
I had to
book.
say it.
Yeah.
No, 4 actually.
Okay.
But
Cool.
no, so I done lost train of thought
No.
thinking about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I ain't gonna lie. I lost the right train of thought thinking about that. Took me to all. I was about to say something what you said, but it just threw me what I was about to say. It really
It'll
did.
come back
Caught
to
me.
you.
Yeah, it'll come back in a minute.
You know, but so I think that one thing that I do, I find myself go ahead.
Okay.
You might be working on that already.
I know, right? I'm trying to.
Okay, I
Sound like
found
being the rat.
I found myself saying that I need to do a gratitude journal.
Mm.
You know, just write down the things I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that. And when you do that, you find you have zero reason to complain about anything. Now, when you appreciate, if it's just waking up, when you really truly appreciate that, you can manifest anything. You know what I'm saying? Simply because he already gave us the tools and the wherewithal when he let us live that next day.
But we have to be grateful for life. And I believe, from what I see going on in Flint right now, a lot of people is not even grateful for life.
I mean, they may not know. Just like when I said the gratitude journal,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't hear nobody on the panel or otherwise say, "Oh yeah, I do that," because
Because
they
you
may
don't
not
do it.
know. So
I
when
don't.
you educate them, when you say it, then they say, "You know what? Maybe if I start writing this down, then not only when you writing down what you're grateful for, the universe, your creator, our creator, Most High, he also see that you truly appreciate it because you're acknowledging it after the fact that you already received it. You see what I'm saying? And give you more.
And you see what you just spoke on?
Mm-hmm.
You said a lot of people you think ain't, for what's going on out there, you think they ain't grateful. No. Wait till you go back and listen to that Prince 1999. That's exactly what he touching bases on.
Okay.
And saying he's saying arm myself. And when he's saying arm myself, not arm myself with a pistol, but arm myself
with knowledge.
With getting your knowledge, your mind right, and understanding what's taking place and knowing how we need to come together to get through what's coming. Because our kids, amen, we think we seen tornadoes, storms, hurricanes, and all that, tsunamis. None of this is going to be compared to what's planned and what's all being designed, you understand, right to this day. And as long as we stay divided, it's going to get accomplished. And we got to learn to start practicing that come together and the very true importance of it. Yeah. Instead of that crabs in the barrel mentality. We already done had a mental weapon put on us, which was pit us against one another. It worked successfully and still working. Yeah. And that come from long ago. Yeah. And we got to rebuke that, beat that down, and we got to make that change on that.
So
We need some
people's
strong correction.
mindsets can start going back to the praying and the manifestations
I'm
of
not
different
judging
things.
nobody.
There's a lot of warfare going on. Check this out. I
That's
can't
what
for
I'm
2 days.
warfare.
My phone been saying, "Listen, it says the temperature now," and read what my phone say, Mike, to the audience so they can see. It's been saying that for 2 days straight.
Well,
Hold on, what was that?
Can you see it right there?
Yeah, that current quality is
Air quality.
unhealthy.
Air quality, right?
That's
No, that air
crazy.
quality is
My baby
unhealthy.
told me that. She
That's
said,
crazy. It's
my
been there
my
for
baby
2
told me
days.
yesterday. Said,
What do you
"Dad,
mean unhealthy?"
We're not supposed to be outside because the air quality ain't right." And I'm like, "Huh?"
And then my mama,
You know,
you
and
said
then my
your
mama,
daughter?
yeah, she told me that.
Really?
and then my mama
You
called
know
me.
about the air quality? You do.
Sit on down. Get
You do smart.
Go sit back. Baby.
So my mama, I was talking to her the other day, and before I even noticed it, she said, "I said, what you been doing?" She was like, "Oh, I've been in the house all day. I ain't had to work. I've been chilling in the house, and it's an advisory because she stayed like right on the other side of Canada. So if you go down right down the driveway, the
That's where it's
wildfires.
coming
So
from.
my mom was like, they told us not to go outside if you got like
asthma.
asthma, all of that different stuff because the wildfires is coming over there.
Yes,
And she was like, so if you go out, they want you to wear a mask, but Canada ain't that far from us. It's only 100 miles.
And this isn't the
something
first
like
year. This isn't the first
But
year.
I have never saw this on
It
my
was
phone.
like that
Current air
last year.
quality is
And
unhealthy.
somebody pointed out and said, hey, you see the dirt that's coming from over in Canada.
But last year we
So,
had
hey.
a fire. This year we didn't have that fire, and the air quality is still bad.
Now they had a fire somewhere
Where?
right at Canada at the border or something, and they was talking about the wildfires
Oh,
they was having
okay.
it there. So they were saying that the stuff would be coming our way and mess up our air quality.
But that's
as well.
crazy though. Anything can come this way and mess us up.
Oh, I know what I was about to say before I missed it. So what I said, so like you said, the 2 degrees from the street.
Right.
So that helped me out a lot in school using the same mentality that I had in the street.
It's hard in the street.
Help me, achieve whatever I achieve going through school and just changing, and period. And I used a lot of that and still like tactics of things that I used to think about or operate still on this field. And then, even getting into corporate America as I'm going into there, I can't say they more vicious than the street, but they probably like neck to neck.
Wow.
Like
they said
it's like probably like neck to neck. So it's like
any person who run an legal organization, drug business or whatever, can run any Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
They've been saying that.
But again, proud of you. And
thank you.
For real, that's first and foremost. Very proud of you. Because I've been knowing you since you was teenage status and stuff. Early on, I've been watching and paying attention before you even knew who I was. You know what I mean? But I am proud of you. Real talk.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
He's like a little brother because you old, Mike. You OG.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Little bro.
This is something he don't know. See, people don't even know because it's times we've crossed paths of seeing each other, never knew each other, never said a word to each other. But I'm a very conscious person. And make a long story short, you got to understand something. Just sometimes when you younger in age, you don't mean you young.
Right.
He's had an old spirit from day one.
Yep.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, because I don't know his age, but I would think your mom had you a little later in the game, didn't he? A little bit.
My daddy was a little older, way older than my mom.
Okay, I know you. I know your pops.
Yeah, he was older.
So
it was like a big difference in age.
People think when I be like, I believe genes, and depending on certain ages and stuff, I believe them genes put some mature stuff in him. Cause he's a young old buck, man. He was a young old buck. You weren't finna run no game.
He had an older pops.
Yeah.
So shout out to my mama Maxine.
Yeah.
Shout out to your pops.
Shout out to my pops. But at one point, I tell people, Maxine, my mama, is nothing you can run on me and tell me that my own mama didn't show me.
But listen,
that's a blessing.
That's right.
But see, the way I came up is kind of unorthodox, but I wouldn't have it no other way.
Yeah, that's what
being where I came from, seeing the things I've seen, foster care, lack of facilities, just
that's how you
a difference from other people being structured in life, I feel like it prepared me to be a man, and I wouldn't take it back and trade place with nobody else, even though everything I went through.
Amen.
Because that's what
created it.
You
know how many
people
people I've
now,
seen
the
your mother
things that
help,
you
man?
have.
You know how many people I've seen your mother help? I don't watch your mother feed people from K-Burger.
Yeah.
And different things.
Yeah. Somebody called.
Yeah. So we got Tara Lisa saying, I see we all on the same page. And she said, that's right, James.
Shout out to Tara Lisa.
Shout out to Tara Lisa.
Yeah.
Red alert, RBT.
Yeah, right.
Snaps and chats.
That's right. That's right.
I love
what's the thing about the makeup?
Oh, makeup is my life. Cosmetics for all your cosmetics goods. If you need them, hit her up. Is www.makeupismylife.com.
Absolutely.
And she also does makeup and has her own line, so y'all go shop with her.
Who is it?
It's my wife,
MUA,
my beautiful wife,
MUA
Jock. Right? They know who she is. She the coldest in the city. They know.
They know.
They know.
That's right. Matter of fact, man, let her know, man. I kind of picked the wrong woman, man. I'm going to have her do the justice for it, man.
You bring her back to life.
Yeah, and I was drinking when I took the pick, you know. I'm gonna work it out.
Sober when you sobered up, you said she need MUA job.
I done saw her do some miracles.
Yeah,
I just be looking. I ain't saying no name. I just saw some stuff like okay.
But yeah, that's those points that you gentlemen made are extremely important. You know, extremely real. You know, and it takes time to learn these things in life. You know, you'll never know everything in life, but it takes time to learn from the lessons, learn from your experiences. You know what I'm saying, and actually get the lesson that's inside the experience. You know.
And I can take a quick second, man, and make sure I let my friend Monica, you know what I'm saying, Collins know that I'm putting a prayer out. She got a friend that's in the hospital from Beecher, and she's, you know, struggling right now. And just want to know we got prayers out for her friend.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know her name. I would have said, and her husband, you know, because he's, you know, I know they're going through it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll shout out to them, and we're going to pray for the best.
Yeah. You should say something.
And manifest that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been a great conversation on manifestation,
absolutely.
And we want to ask the public, like, what do y'all think? If y'all want to get in the chat, that we should get together and talk about next week. If we're prone to know if it's something that y'all want to hear us chime in, and then y'all can call in. And if y'all want to call in with a question or two after we pick it, and if we can get a few of y'all to volunteer and send us some stuff, we'll go back and look at it and. Maybe it's a possibility that we could talk about what you want us to talk about.
Absolutely.
Interacting with y'all, and then y'all can call in, we interact, and we just put our thoughts out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And for all the older gentlemen that had hair and went bald like we did, life is still good. Life is still good.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about manifesting some hair?
I'm gonna be honest with you. being the world champion that I am, nothing ever becomes a problem. Whatever I am, I make it work. You understand?
So manifesting a ponytail.
I'm still in the top 5.
Or shag like they did in Saginaw.
I'm still in the top 5, bro. My stock is steady rising. So I mean,
you have pretty
now
hair
if
back
that just
then?
for me and work for you, then hey, I'm gonna just take it and roll with it. You know.
Didn't you have pretty hair back then?
I had a little hair back then, but hey, oh well. I definitely wasn't like Samson. Delilah couldn't cut and do me, and I would still have my strength.
Some of us have outlived our hair. You did.
Exactly.
And that's a blessing.
Now, I will admit, I am waiting on this special wig I ordered. You understand? Now, when it comes, I'm going to be sporting that on here.
The mullet.
That's a must. You understand?
Hey, that's awesome. I want to say something. So, for any and everybody that has supported Out of the Mud, we greatly appreciate you.
Yeah.
And when we started this journey, we said what we wanted to hit, the goal. We know and we knew that it was going to be a journey. And right now we're hitting our goals. We're going beyond what we thought we was going to do, even though it's been a difficult task. It's a lot of stuff we got to do, but when y'all see our manifestation of where Out of the Mud comes from into where we're going, I hope y'all on the journey with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Flat out.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Okay, but yeah, well, this has definitely been a wonderful conversation, beautiful show. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful
Absolutely. I
thing when we all,
enjoyed it.
when we all can come together and have good dialogue,
Yes.
good positive dialogue. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And learn some things, and I highly recommend anybody that's watching, listening, whenever you get this, just get you a gratitude journal. Start a gratitude journal. I highly
Yes.
recommend it for real.
I'm gonna definitely work on that.
It's therapeutic.
That's gonna be the part of that working on me
it
part.
could be much worse.
For real.
You gotta.
real.
It could be much worse.
Seriously,
Yeah,
it's
Maybe I'll
you gotta
hit that
appreciate
number,
it.
that
But do
number.
you think? And this is something to pose for next week.
Okay.
Do you think, even with the gratitude, that's cool to have, but do you think that sometimes that might keep a person content to not want more? Well, we'll talk about it next week. Just something for you to
Oh,
think
now
about.
that's deep.
Yeah.
It's something for everybody to ponder.
When
dude.
you
When
said when a person can become complacent, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Within too much gratitude.
Wow.
So that's something. I'm
Never
just
thought
saying,
about it like that.
Yeah, we might broach that subject depending on
Yeah,
who
what y'all
type of-
say?
Because I
who
can
type of-
comment on
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's deep.
That's a beautiful thing. But what we gonna do? We gonna come here next week, and do the same thing, with a different subject. And like you say, we're gonna check the chat and see if anybody come up with some good subjects. And we're not opposed
Yes.
to address them.
Bring it on. Whatever it is.
And so for Miss Stephanie Winfrey, it was a pleasure seeing you
I
tonight.
enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad to have all of y'all here to have this.
Me and Larry back after Oasis of 3-4 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We back
It's
though.
good.
Yep. You know what I'm talking about? Then we got Brother Mike, Money Mike, you dig?
Buddy Mike.
Original, you dig?
And the more the merrier, because I think we pull from different point of views.
Yeah.
Like that, because everybody don't work off the same frequency. We don't work off the same wiring. So it's good to have different thoughts, and because we're dealing with an audience too that's operating off of different thoughts. So maybe we can touch,
or maybe we can be touched from the audience.
Touched from the audience. So
so they can contribute as well.
Absolutely, we need that.
Everybody got a part to play. Well, what we're gonna do? We're gonna sign off, and I want to send a shout out to George F. Grundy II. You did, kudos,
Thank you, George.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to George,
man. And I want to send a shout out to everybody on the panel.
Yeah, and a shout out to you.
Appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? It's good being back. You know what I mean? But I'll be here next week.
Mayfield.
Definitely more comfortable having you back.
Sometimes the pressure was on.
Sometimes you swearing down, you want the driver's seat, but it ain't always the ride you think it is.
That's right.
Hey, sometimes you was shotgun. Mike be like shotgun.
Shout out to Out of the Mud. You know what I mean? Shout out to Out of the Mud.
Shout out shotgun.
Yeah, shout out. Shotgun.
Shotgun, what you like?
And, so we're gonna close out. You know what I mean? So it's over and we out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this has been Lessons with Larry, episode 53, The Power of Manifestation, Why So Many Doubt. And it's been James Mayfield, Money Mike, and Stephanie Winfrey with your host, Larry Lott. And we're